Wah wah? Why not? I know a lot of you out there don't have them, but ask yourself, what would Jimmy do? He'd buy a wah wah pedal, and he did, right? So wah wahs are awesome. Very cool way to add expression to the same old bag of tricks, right? Lots of good players out there. Satriani is pretty much the wah king, right? But a lot of players, back in the day will use a wah wah almost like a treble booster, so that it has a lot of uses. Click it on, push it forward, now all of a sudden you're cutting through like a madman. So before we get into anything else, click the links below. Always killer stuff in there for you. Whatever, man. It's your world. It's your YouTube. You do what you want. So let's get in and learn some wah licks. All right, so wah wah. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you some licks, and then I'm going to use it with a wah. So without, we got... All I'm doing is I'm doing a hammer on and a pull off from 12 to 15 on the B, right? And then I'm pulling off, and then I'm going to 14 on the G. Right? Cool lick on its own with a wah. Takes on a whole nother life, right? Because all of a sudden it starts to mess with the EQ sweep of the note. So you start to get this, bassy kind of out of focus to all of a sudden wham, sharp, focus into what you're playing. Now it works great with notes like... Right, all I'm doing is I'm doing a kind of a chromatic blues hybrid scale where I'm basically hitting 12, 14, 15, 12, 14, 15, 12, 14, 15. Right, so I'm going 12, 14, 15 on the G, down to 12 on the B, and then back. And I'm just doing like a descending. Right? I've taught that lick 100 times, right? So we got, when you do it without, right, with, so what it starts to do is really add, like I said, that focus to the playing. Now, another thing you could do, and all I'm doing is I'm just rocking the wah back and forth like this. You can hear the as it sounds like the note gets trebular. That just means my foot is going, my toes are going towards the floor, and as it gets bassier, it's just pulling back the wah. Now, what's another cool thing to do with a wah is hit a note, and as you're bending it, bring the wah down with your toe, right? So you got... Right, so I'm pushing down with my toe. See, you can hear the bass. That's with my heel down. That's with my toe down. So as I go through this riff, I'm starting to bring it forward. I back it back off. Now as I bend and I'm bringing my bend up, I'm pushing my toe towards the floor. Right, so as I finish with the note, I have my toe to the floor, and I'm bending back to... So let's zoom in and see what it looks like on the foot. right? So you always want to play in your trusty socks with some holes in them, you know, just in case. Ventilation, it gets hot in the summer, right? So you can see what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the same lick. Right, so as I do my vibrato, right, here's that one like we did earlier. As I did that bend. Now you want that real quack, you just, each time you hit the note, each time your pick depresses, click down, right? So we got. Right, so you can do that kind of thing. You can do the. Right, so when I do those bends, I'm depressing with my toes, right? Now some guys will just kick it on, you know, they'll be in, you know, playing their typical, right? But they really want to cut, so what they'll do is they'll leave the wah kind of half cracked. Rock it back a little bit. Funk, guys. So I'm gonna do that Hendrix style chord. Now that kind of click clack is just me muting out my strings and going up and down. Right, I'm just putting my hand flat across the string, so when I do that chord, I just flatten out my hand. And then when I want to have a punch with the chord, I just put the chord back and do a downstroke with the wah. Right, so, you know, wah doesn't have to be something you use all the time. I don't use a wah all the time, but it's really awesome tool to have in your arsenal and in a lot of different kind of band situations. If you're going to do a cover band thing or any of that kind of stuff eventually, you know, we all aim to do different things as guitar players. Even if you just want to learn some of your favorite people, you know, if you want to learn the Hendrix or you know, all sorts of people, even metal like Zakk Wylde or oh god, there's tons of people. Michael Schenker's one of those guys that just clicks the wah on to get a treble boost. Uli Roth, all these amazing players, Satriani, Steve Vai. You know, the list is endless on people who use wah-wahs.